how well can they play? We know they'll be good defensively. They take care of the basketball. We'll see how USC handles that challenge.
USC in the Cardinal uniforms. White uniforms for Texas Tech. The Red Raiders controlled the opening tip. Jerry Pollard, Keith Kimball, and Brett Smith, the officiating crew. And here's Culver taking the first shot of the game for Texas Tech. Lawrence Odiase with the rebound. So second chance opportunity right away for Texas Tech, but they muff it.
For Texas Tech, he was terrific as a freshman last year. Took a back seat to all the stars, Evans and Smith. But he's a big-time player on many All-American lists this season.
71 wins the last 3 years for USC. Best stretch in team history, but a lot of roster turnover. McLaughlin, Stewart, Metu, gone. And there's a
lefty for the Trojans. Solid, strong, fast, can run the show. He will be very valuable to this USC club.
Freshman out of South Seattle, Washington. He's in number 4 for USC. Here's Matt Mooney now for Texas Tech. The transfer hands off to Odiase.
Odiase is good inside, big physical, but he's got to catch and finish. Too many pump fakes allows the defense to sit and wait.
Shot clock winding down. Mooney's got to do something with it. Got the shot off, but Rakocevic is able to clear the rebound for the Trojans.
Trojans will love the pace if it can be up and down, but Texas Tech, so well coached. They get back defensively. They get active hands.
He took Florida Gulf Coast to the Elite Eight back in 2013. He's gone twice with USC, but this team, despite a 34 RPI last year, was snubbed, kept out of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, and a mistake by the NCAA, by the selection committee. USC should have been picked an outstanding Pac-12 season. Infield, one of the great shooting coaches. Great shooter, ladies and gentlemen, when he was a player, but a shooting coach in the NBA for the Bucks.
Matthews doesn't hit for USC. Davide Moretti getting on the scoreboard for Texas Tech the last trip. He's a native of Italy. Came off the bench last year as a big role this season.
USC's got interchangeable parts on the defensive end. They will switch in their man-to-man defense. They'll be active. They'll talk. They're very quick.
Ready, back throw onto the interior. Here comes Rakocevic with it. Thornton, the point guard, will pull it back out.
Allow things around the rim, right? They challenge you. They challenge shots. They get back. Kind of the old way of playing defense.
Yeah.
We're going to get back. You take a jump shot. That's what we want. We're going to have a hand in your face.
We're going to block teams under 65 points per game last year, first in the Big 12. They've got USC off the board so far tonight. 3 turnovers by the Trojans already. Here's Culver on the wing. Veteran post, Lawrence Odiase going to work on Rakocevic. Throws it up wildly. And the Red Raiders get just one look. But there's going to be an opportunity for second chance points tonight for Texas Tech. That's what Chris Beard told us.
Well, here's it. So far, USC has been solid on the defensive end.
Shaq Aaron hits the 3. The senior had a good start this year.
And I said this in game 1. Those of you who weren't watching us in game 1, it is November basketball. Yeah. Sometimes these games are a little sloppy, especially the first half. In our first game, Nebraska was awfully good in the second.
Freeze! Matthews gets USC a 4-point lead.
Push the pace and find open teammates. USC basketball.
And Matthews hasn't shot the ball well yet this year. That's his 5th 3-point make on 17 attempts. Culver fights to get in and score.
And what you like about Culver is his size. At 6'5", he's long, he's athletic, he's got springs, he can go above people, he can shoot jump shots.
Chris Beard was telling you and I, he's got to be more consistent this year, though.
Well, and it's a sophomore year. I mean, most coaches are looking for it. Freshman year, it's hard to be consistent for anybody, no matter what level you play.
Shaq Aaron misses the 3. Here comes Texas Tech down a couple. Just getting started here in Kansas City, semifinal number 2. Winner gets Nebraska tomorrow night. Here's Kyler Edwards, good-looking true freshman, backing it out. for Texas Tech. Leaned into that one, didn't go. Rakocevic, man, is he having a great season so far. 3 straight double-doubles to start the year.
Yeah, he's got 8 on his career, and when you have 3 to start the season, he's solid, can shoot it, solid defender. A tough matchup for any big guy on the other end. Nice pass.
But slips past Rakocevic and everybody else and slams it down. Lawrence Odiase, 93rd career game at Texas Tech being played here tonight.
Well, he's had multiple injuries over his career. Medical red shirt. Was 270 pounds, now down to 250 in grad school on the Big 12 all-academic team.
Yeah, he looks good. There's Porter, and the freshman comes up empty. So Kevin Porter to a cool start. Here's Moretti out for Odiase. The big man will take a shot. Long read, nobody wanted it at first, and now Porter tracks it down. Porter will attack, and got it. And 15 points, and getting him back healthy is a big key for USC to have success this year.
Yeah, no doubt. Benny Boatwright, 6 points shy of 1,000 in his career, and you know the only thing you can do, Clay, in all these situations for any student athlete that's on team and the coaches, you just keep moving forward until something else is determined.
He'd likely be in the NBA right now, but hadn't been for all the injuries he's had. Mooney missed the shot, got the rebound, kicks it back out for Texas Tech. Brandon Francis in the game. Mooney thought about the 3. Everybody getting a touch. This is risk beer glass. But no payoff.
Yeah, the problem is if you've got shots, you need to take it, because when you might share the basketball, but 1 or 2 too many passes usually results in turnovers or a worse shot. If you've got good shooters that have a look, take the shot.
Jared Culver was the only player in double figures Tuesday night against Southeastern Louisiana. You wonder if at times this team is going to struggle to score.
Well, it is. And you got Smith who wins, Ira Smith. Now all of a sudden, you've got transfers coming in like Mooney, who's not yet comfortable, right? He was a terrific player at South Dakota, but not yet comfortable. It's early, it's November. Culver, who we've already talked about, is on some people's All-American teams, 3rd team, 4th team, whatever it is. All of these things are new. And the only you can do as a coaching staff is to solidify yourself defensively. And then what happens on the offensive end is it's a growth period from November all the way probably through March.
Tariq Owens, one of the newcomers, the 6'10 transfer from St. John's, hits a 3. Boatwright answers back with a short corner 2 for USC.
And all Brandon Francis can do is shake his head. That's how good Benny Boatwright is. Well guarded, still scored.
Well defended underneath. Mooney can't get it to go. And Rakocevic will come back. Shot tracker technology being used here tonight. Live analytics. And there you see it in action on the left. That's what coaches are able to look at on an iPad on the bench here tonight. Mooney with the strip for Tech. Free ball. And doesn't go for Corporal. Owens skying for the rebound. No reset. You like the shot tracker, John?
I do. I love it. And coaches can use it in a variety of ways. You can track things of how many passes before a shot. 2 passes, 3 passes. How we doing? And if you look at it like you're looking at it, you can see if your offense is running in tight formations and no spacing, it's pretty simple for any coach to say, hey, we got to change some things.
Harry pace here. Corporal able to score on the layup. Porter missed a dunk for USC. I don't think they track missed dunks on shot tracker.
0 for 1, that's all they say.
2-point game, USC leading. First game away from the Galen Center for the Trojans. They're 2-1 on the year with a loss to a very good Vanderbilt team. Porter got it. It's the 3.
This kid is so good. A big, strong, physical point that can just do a lot of things.
One and done guy, and Andy Enfield knows it.
Good pass.
Owens watch Culver at the feed.
Stretch the D. You know, the pace has been not necessarily up and back, but very few whistles, very few timeouts. Players are a little tired. It is early in the season.
Usher missed the shot. Francis, the former Florida Gator, with the rebound. Brandon Francis, sixth man for Chris Beard this year. Porter doesn't get that three ball to go. Porter's got it. Here comes USC with 10 minutes to play in the half. Porter out for Boatwright. How about this pace shot?
Well, there's no whistles.
Francis.
I mean, no fouls, no stoppage of play.
Look at the substitutes sitting in front of the scorer's table. They are lined up to get in.
And everybody on the floor is tired.
Everybody's gassed.
Reservations to barbecue joints all over Kansas City by the officials.
Finally, a whistle. Here tonight, John.
You know, in game one, I thought maybe Nebraska used this first half against his own defense. Did some things okay, but players in different positions, spread them out, do some things. Gives you a lot of stats. Each individual player can see it when the coach sits down with them and says, I'd like this area for you to shoot it. I don't like this area. How many passes before you make a shot? All those things.
Do you expect this to happen eventually, where we're going to get this every game?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the younger generation watching games would love to see it.
Just ahead of the shot clock, that doesn't go for Boatwright. Live shot charts 2 available from Shot Tracker. This is Texas Tech's zone chart, John. 1 of 4 from 3. They're not a big three-point shooting team anyway.
No, and more of an execution type team on offense. Now gets on defense, got a good look at shot. USC is trying to find a little bit of a flow on the offensive end.
Boatwright lost her handle. Lucky bounce right to Thornton, the point guard. Now Jordan Usher couldn't finish around the rim. Now here's Matt Mooney, the South Dakota transfer, former Coyote, also played at Air Force, so he's bounced around in his career. Odiase spinning on the block. Boatwright. A little too strong.
Shot Tracker just simply says that wasn't a very good shot. That's all it says.
That's not really his game anyway. He's not known as a big-time scorer. He's been great off the boards, Lawrence Odiase. In fact, 13 rebounds in Texas Tech's last game. We're already under 8 minutes to go in the half. That three ball doesn't go for Culver. Thornton races ahead. His hack. Mooney took it right away from him.
You know, somebody play is going to get a win tonight, right? But this feels like kind of an October scrimmage. You know what I mean? When they set these games up for the public not to watch. Not that it's bad, it's so rusty. Both ball clubs.
Right hits it 3 for 1 point. Finally get things settled down. But I get your point. It feels like a rock fight.
But again, that's a little bit November basketball. There's a rush to get somewhere. There's a rush to run your offense. When there's substitutions, each guy rushes to get their shot off.
Get it out for Culver.
And neither team has settled in.
Matthews penetrates. Throws it back for Usher. Skip pass. Shaq Aaron drives. Doesn't get it to go, but he'll be.
Could be 101 to 95, something like that.
Wigington and Lard are both out for Iowa State. So they're playing a little short-handed. This Tech has really struggled shooting. They've missed their last 7 field goals. 7-point lead, 6.5 to go.
And I'll go back a couple of those Tech offensive sets. Guys did not take open shots when they had them. And I do understand what coaches are trying to get kids, hey, make the extra pass. But when you're playing a good, active defensive team, sometimes that pass is not very good. Smart move by Lee. Get to the rim.
First points for Matt Mooney, one of the best players in the Summit League the last couple of years. Chris Beard hopes he can help fill the void of all those players we talked about that are gone from the Elite 18 a year ago.
And they expect that leadership not only to be in scoring, but maybe distribution and just being a leader. This kid here, Francis, could have a terrific season.
Owens missed badly from 3. There's Porter, the step back 3, and he missed badly. It's been that kind of night for these teams. Here's Owens now.
You know, Kevin Porter thought maybe he got fouled, and he was visiting with one official, and Jerry Pollard stepped in, took control of the matter.
Great officiating crew here tonight. That's a nice drive by Elijah Weaver, true freshman. Second career game here tonight. Missed the first couple of games with an ankle injury.
Tech came out, tried to jump the first pass, wasn't successful as they tried to get back man to man. Just beat off the dribble for a layup.
Matt Mooney, the shot fake. Gets in the hands of Francis. Off the mark. Usher with the rebound on the backside. Under 5 minutes to go here, first half. It's Weaver. Hippie off the bench. He's hot right away.
So Weaver gets a bucket, and Porter gives him the next bucket, right? They're pushing, allowing Tech only one shot. Rebound and pushing. USC loves to push. They're good athletes. They got good speed. They got the ability to off the dribble.
Porter with the steal and a foul.
So if they're solid defensively, and they've got a skill set that can run, they can shoot, they can do things, they're a dangerous squad to play. And when you got a kid like this one right here, you can do a lot of things.
Boatwright over 1,000 career points with that triple, sitting at 1,002 after the make.
So the matchup, if you're an opponent, is saying, okay, let's guard Porter and let's guard Boatwright, see if we can do it. It's a tough matchup.
Boatwright's goal is to shoot 40% from 3 this year. He was 4 of 6 against Stetson. He's got 4 threes here tonight now.
And if Tech doesn't shoot the ball better and make open shots, you find it tough because this USC team can keep going. Boatwright.
And USC has a 30-17 lead. So what does Texas Tech have to do, John?
Well, when you're finding your way back with a loss of play, and you've got good play, it is, how do we find...
Weaver off the bench tonight. Finally healthy.
And Boatwright 4-7 for the field. He's hit a couple threes, 2 of 4. He's got 10 points.
And it's through the hands of us. It's a great opportunity. Never too early to start building a resume. And he knows he doesn't have all of the stars like he had last year, that it might be hard to get into the NCAA tournament. And this might be one of the games that gets them. And as Clover scores, you talked about that in the first game. These November and December games can come back to help you or haunt you.
Well, they absolutely hurt Nebraska a year ago, and they hurt USC. There's no doubt about it. Now let's switch leagues and take a look at Texas Tech. They'll play in a league, the Big 12, which traditionally is ranked 1, 2, or 3 in the RPI, right? So Tech.
So Odiase goes to the line for 2.
But there is a rule, and that's the rule.
That's the rule.
Extended.
Odiase not.
The free throw is all by yourself.
Yeah.
On the free throw line. Good finish. He did.
Another guy who's trying to find consistency.
I just guarantee the comfort level wasn't at a high.
No doubt. So Texas Tech is within 10 now, with 2 and change to go here in the first half.
He traveled. Yeah, he traveled. And in the infield, quickly called a half-court trap. And again, Tech's got new players. Guys got confident with basketball. Good hands.
Thornton has a pocket picked by Moretti. Culver, 2-on-1. Culver can't get the roll, but he'll be at the athletic sophomore out of Coronado High School in Lubbock on the Jerry West watch list.
Well, and here's what changes. When you lose great players, and you're supposedly the next in line.
Yeah.
But that's not automatic. You are now going to be guarded like great players are guarded, and that's tough. Porter. Wow. Full body.
Yeah.
Rainier Beach High School in Seattle. Now, if you think of names, Jamal Crawford, Doug Christie, Dave Robinson.
Yep. He was great in that Drew League in LA. And fun to watch here again tonight. Lead back to 11.
And as I watched Moody play, right, he was a great player to Summit. All-American type-ish play. At times, I know he's got to buy in.
And it's 14. Leonard Hamilton took the Knowles to the Elite Eight last year, but it's been a tough start for the defending national champs.
It has been tough when you come off national championship and lose great players. But Jay Wright's one of the best in the business, and that team will continue to get better.
Under a minute to go. Mooney from the corner. Mooney now 1 of 6 from the field.
And where has the Trojans been solid on the defensive glass? Very few offensive rebounds. Take a look at the numbers. Half-court sets, transition. Good stuff.
Kosovic. The stick back doesn't go.
Yeah, it'll be a technical.
Now we've got a technical.
And he makes a spin, and a guy taps him on the hand. Basketball.
Now here's the guy Texas Tech wants at the line, John. Moretti hasn't missed yet this year. He gets. Well, it's been a bad shooting half for the Red Raiders, 29%. Especially bad from 3. They're 1 of 9.
Yeah, shot clock turned off. Get one last shot before the half. And don't take it too early. Do not give USC an opportunity on the other end. And remember, USC is a quick, fast. If not, it's just a side out of bounds and a foul.
So 9 seconds left. It'll be Culver to trigger it in. Back in the hands of Mooney. Now he'll go to work. Mooney drives. Fade away. No. 1 second. The heave from Boatwright. Nearly went for Boatwright.
Pressure half court. USC on this Tech team.
Tech 9 of 33 from the field in the first half. 1 of 9 from 3. And there's a turnover for the Red Raiders on their opening possession. Poor flush. Wasn't a clean flush, but he got it. It's been a good night for Porter. He's got 10 now.
He's going to have a lot of good nights. He's going to have even better nights than tonight, and he is solid.
So if you were a coach, do you think this is a technology you'd have to have as ODI?
And so you can tell what's going on, where things are going. Yeah, I believe coaches will use it a lot, but many teams use it.
They're going to allow it in every game.
Well, and think of the fans that can use it, especially the millennial groups, right? Generations with looking at their phone in the
tech-savvy folks.
Shooting percentages, where a guy shoots the ball well, how well is my team playing if we pass the ball more than twice or 3 times. Good defense by Mooney.
Our tie-up team here in Kansas City tonight. He's got some guys back, getting healthy. At one point, they had just 6 scholarship players healthy in the preseason, hard to even practice. As you see, shot tracker, real time on the left. Backdoor pass broken up. Another tie-up on the floor. Moretti finds Mooney, knifing in.
Terrific save by Moretti because that pass was not a good one. Could have been a turnover, but they got a bucket.
And another USC giveaway.
See, they're so bunched up, right? There's no space to make cuts. There's no spaces to make good passes. Leads to a turnover.
Whistle and a foul away from the ball.
Sloppy start to a second half for the Trojans.
USC picked 5th in the Pac-12. Oregon is the favorite. How about that freshman bowl for the Oregon Ducks?
Well, he's a difference maker, and in a fun way sometimes. Not many like it. UCLA is going to be good. Washington good.
Mooney for 3 ahead of the shot clock expiring.
This is what I think that Mooney can do. I know he can kind of run the squad, but he's not necessarily a breakdown point guard guy. He can run the show, but if he spots up and makes shots, he gives him a value of the way he can lift the ball, which brings defenders off his feet and allows passing lanes. Shoot it. They'll go for offensive rebound.
Mooney with over 1,500 career points in 3 stops. Air Force, South Dakota, and here. His Boatwright hits his first basket of the second half. He's got a dozen.
And Boatwright's so good with a separation step, right to his right, jump sideways, and he gets open.
Francis thought about the 3, finds Moretti in the corner. Davide Moretti.
So again, Francis might not have had that handle on the ball, but sometimes if he had the handle.
Dude, at the Police Academy gym. And as you can see by shot tracker, there he's having a great night.
Yep. Matchup zone from the underneath out of bounds.
Mooney in the paint. Dips on Boatwright's defense and scores.
Solid player. If you put him in the center of the floor, can create so many problems.
Mooney able to complete the steal. Francis ahead for Culver.
First half. Most great players, really good players, get frustrated with themselves because they're not doing what they should do. In the second half, he's done it on the defensive end. He's made outside shots. He made a shot in the paint. He's not a one-on-one kind of guy, but he's a leader and a terrific player that can make basketball plays.
Chris Beard told you and I he might be the best passer he's ever coached. And now USC gives it away again. Culver stripped, he's fouled, and fouled hard. Also live on the ESPN app. 3 top 10 teams in knowledge. Just a great. A lot of people think Zion Williamson's a lead pipe cinch for player of the year, and that Duke's going to win the national championship. Anything can happen.
And he might have to beat out a couple teammates for that player.
That's right.
And they all may distribute it in a certain way that there'll be somebody else.
So Culver pulls Texas Tech to within 3. They trailed by 13 at one point in this game. Boatwright to spin. A little strong off the heel, and it's going to belong to the
team of a year ago. So you know that they weren't going away quietly. And it'll be interesting to see how USC will respond.
Texas Tech, so many new faces, still trying to figure out the chemistry. You can tell it's taken a while here just in this game to find some chemistry. Yeah. Seems to be happening now. Moretti, that was a tough shot. Trying to bail him out his own, so he's fouled hard.
Yeah, I agree, because it's USC ball.
There you go. Well, USC has not had a good second half. 4 turnovers here, and it has allowed Texas Tech to climb back in. They were down 13. Boatwright across for Porter. Lefty misses. And here comes Texas Tech with a chance to tie with a 3. Culver with the 2.
Much more aggressive offensively. Less indecision by this Tech team. Offensively, they've attacked. Defensively, they've been aggressive. And USC now has to find an answer, whether it's Boatwright, who's the guy who's been scoring, or it's Porter.
3-point shooting has really cooled off for USC. Boatwright misses that jumper. The only lead for Texas Tech is when it was 2-0 here tonight. Moretti with a chance to give him the lead. You bet Texas Tech has come all the way back. They're in front now.
Every player on the offensive end for Tech is not the same guy that wore the uniform in the first half. They just totally looked like he was trying to find somebody but finish it himself.
Porter, but can't hit the shot. There's a foul on the team at halftime. And you can see here in the second half what they have done.
He's been known to have a little fire in it.
Learned a lot from Bob Knight, who he coached under. Coached under Pat Knight, too, for a while.
Tech has owned this half. USC now must respond.
8-0 run for Texas Tech. USC trying to stop it. Thornton out to the wing. And Hughes buries the three. They needed that.
Yeah, what an answer.
That's his second three.
Solid play set. Good pass. Better shot.
Mooney spins in the lane.
This is the game that Mooney steps out from just being another Tech player and separates himself to lead this ball club.
Isn't this game much more fun to watch now?
Yeah, better play. Better action.
Kosovic flips it across. Matthews moves closer and hits over the top of Mooney.
So we asked for an answer. Matthews has given us 2 in a row.
Jonah Matthews, whose brother Jordan helped get Gonzaga to the national title game in 2017, playing well now. Mooney from Moretti for three. Yes!
Well, that's why you have Pac-12 versus Big 12. 2 good teams.
He can get hot from three. He went 5 of 7 against Mississippi Valley State last week. Davide Moretti.
And so Jonah Matthews has hit the last 2 buckets. See if they find him again. Same spot on the floor.
Yes. How about that?
When you play on a team and you've got guys that are shooting it, you find them again until the opponent stops it.
Now, is that a shot tracker thing, or is that just an eye test thing that the coaches are saying, we need to do this?
Well, as a player, it's a simple eye. It's knowing your teammates. 2-3 matchup zone by USC. Got to get your hands up. Look for Mooney right in the middle of that zone.
Moretti, stand high.
So the sophomore maybe stepping out of anybody's shadow right now himself.
Punch, counter punch. It's kind of been Moretti and Matthews back and forth here. Matthews has scored the last 8 for USC.
So normally the difference between NBA players. Oh, great pass.
Usher finish. Great feed from the point from Thornton.
The difference between NBA players and college players outside of skill is that they recognize when a teammate has got it going and they find him again. And they set him up to get open shots.
Texas Tech has hit its last 5 shots.
You got Moretti wide open weak side to get it to him.
Yeah, he did.
It's not a good pass, though. Not a pass that a shooter can shoot it. And Mooney draws the shoulder, make him go left. Now, normally natural shooters like to go the other direction because it frees up that shooting arm. So Boatwright's a little bit different than normal right-hand shooters by stepping right. Matchup zone again.
Texas Tech down 13 at one point in this game, trailing by 2. A little over 11 minutes to go. Kyler Edwards with it. Shot clock under 5. Mooney. Yes! Mooney.
What a second half. Competition at its highest level.
He's got 14, 12 in the second half. Porter from the corner. Man, this is a hot shooting half for both teams.
Neither squad happy when they went in at halftime how they played. Okay, I'm going to say this again. USC is in their zone defense. If their hands are down, shooters can catch and release. And it is too late to put your hands up when a shooter catches it. I mean, Mooney's already eyeing shots when your hands are down. It's too late. Culver. Too late.
Texas Tech is 4 for 4 from 3 in the second half.
And again, Porter's hands don't go up until the guy's already up. It's too late. Shooters get it going. You must get there before with hands already up, so it deters a shooter from wanting to take the shot. Now it might be what defense can stop the other.
Well, there's a good defensive play.
Right now, Tech is on a roll shooting, so if you stay in that zone, the way Tech shares the ball, they don't have selfish players, and they don't make
the front end of a 1-and-1. He's got another opportunity here. Deshaun Corporal, who led South Plains College to the JUCO national title game last year. And it's a 3-point lead for Texas Tech. Their biggest lead of the night. They were down 13 at one junction.
And how quickly Mooney gets to Matthews because he's made shots.
And that's a blocking foul. Yeah, 5 straight double-doubles if you go back to last year's NIT. Teams have combined to hit their last 12 field goal attempts.
And that's good for...
I'm smiling.
Great basketball.
Now this is starting to look like spring basketball. It very much looked like November basketball in the first half.
Yeah.
Owens trying to find Culver again. He'll get it to Mooney instead.
And USC much more aggressive in their man defense. More active with their feet. More active with their hands.
Shot clock at 4. Mooney. Oh, bad pass. Culver has to chase. Throws up a shot of desperation. That ends the streak.
Wow, that's a bad pass. I mean, it's awful.
Now USC gives it away. Already he's going to say, hey guys, let's settle in.
And now he's got a mismatch. Big guy on him, you want to attack him and then have a step back.
And instead it's the extra pick. Has it rejected by Rakocevic.
Great hand.
Rakocevic still playing hard even though he's having an off night.
And Matthews hasn't had a shot since he made the 3, right? The 3 in a row.
Boat right. Missed that one. Rakocevic bails him out. And he pounds his chest as he heads back down the floor.
So he makes a block on one end and the bucket on the other. We just talked about it.
Nick Rakocevic, 6'11" junior from Chicago, played for the legendary Gene Pingatore at St. Joseph's High there. Over by Culver.
Good defense by Francis inside.
Matthews, nice
great ball.
fake.
Missed one, but it was a good fake.
Moretti fouled by Boatwright.
Slowly second half, not sharp on the offensive end, that allowed Tech to slowly get going. And once the shooters for Tech got going, it opened. USC now back man-to-man defense, a little more aggressive. Attack mode in the offensive end as they were in the first half.
54-52 Texas Tech. Trying to go to 4-0 on the year. And that is a beautiful move, but Weaver's unable to get the finish. Here's Culver. Real live stats and analytics presented by Shot Tracker here tonight and throughout the tournament. Right here tonight on the sidelines for the first time. Lead of the night for Texas Tech. It's 4.
We asked 5 minutes ago where USC would get an answer, and it was Jonah Matthews that knocked in 3 jump shots in a row. Since then, he really is the type of all-league player that he is. He's got to respond.
Third foul on Francis. Here is Boatwright falling away. Wow. Nice rebound by Rakocevic. And he missed Boatwright on the loose ball in the backcourt. Culver gets to it, he's fouled. And Matthews thought that was a skin.
But his reaction was that he had a clean one.
You can tell why he's a captain on this team, even though he's just a junior. Lead is 5. USC being challenged here tonight. Their character for sure. Foul of a dozen as USC has 3 guys in double figures. Porter has 13. Let it go. They haven't let much go tonight. We saw pick up a technical and a flagrant one in the course of about 3 minutes here tonight.
Man defense, good matchup with Weaver out front on Mooney. Got to contain, got to get to his shot.
Here's Culver going to work. Tariq Owens. That'll be on Sports Center.
Wow!
And the lead goes to 6. Here's Texas Tech, feeling confident. They have all second half. Porter confused. Needs help. Shot clock under 10. We're under 6 in the game. Rakocevic. Swatted by Owens. Wow, Tariq Owens with the dunk and the block. And how about that pass from Culver? And Owens is fouled by Boatwright.
Yeah, go make plays. Now what we've seen, we know what Tech is doing. Can USC have an answer? Can they dig down cuts? Because this Tech team is going to guard them. That's what they do.
All points for Owens now.
This is a USC team that averages 85 points a game. Yep, they like to get up and down. Tech now in a 2-3 matchup zone.
It's not like USC's had a shabby half themselves. 8 of 17, not bad. And Texas Tech has been on fire. Boatwright playing in foul trouble. He's got 4. Matthews lost it at his feet. Able to recover. Boatwright wide open. Missed the 3. Mooney fouled over the back. It's Porter. And the double bonus. 3 assists. A big transfer addition for Chris Beard.
Well, it might be it might be the half that he steps up again as a leadership role. You show zone, and then when they follow through, they're in a simple man-to-man, an aggressive.
Porter, 3. Red Raiders can go up by double digits. They trailed by 13 in the first half. Another lob for Owens. It didn't time out quite right, but the same result, 2 points.
Well, it's almost cat and mouse out front, right? Do you want to make Culver come out of high school and college? You can just learn a lot of things. And Sam Perkins, I played against in college. Good guys, well-deserved. When I was growing up in Kansas City, Otis Birdsong was with the Kings. Fun to watch.
Well, Paul's alma mater's down here, and it's getting late.
And they've had a hard time finding buckets. I will say this, they've had some open looks, and they've just missed shots.
It's a great finish by Rakocevic. I think Rakocevic is not going to have a double-double tonight. The leading scorers on the floor for Texas Tech.
And here's the challenge. Is because of Tech controlling pace, right? And they don't turn it over a lot the second half, and they'll go to the free throw line.
12 team haven't defended as cleanly as they did in the first half.
Tech is 17, 18 of 23 team that shoots 64%.
Yeah.
Last year they were 70%. They lost a few games by not shooting free throws well. 6 of 10 of their losses was when they shot below 70%. And I think of the semifinal against Virginia when they're 11 to 21. So if you're thinking of a team like Tech, you handle the basketball, you don't make mistakes, you shore up wins by making free throws down the stretch.
And we said it before, Chris Beard told his guys this is a resume-building opportunity. I know it's only November, but this could come back to help us in March if we win it.
And the other resume it goes on is the Big 12, right? Difference, resume has not been impressive enough. They haven't had enough wins. That used to happen in the SEC. In the last couple of years, the SEC flipped that.
Still a long way from over. Lead is 8. USC's got it back off the Tech turnover. Can they turn it into points? No, blocking foul before Rakocevic off at 9 Eastern.
You know, LSU has one of the most entertaining. Will Wade has built something special in Baton Rouge. Plenty of time for SC to just be solid on the defensive end. You don't need steals. You don't need a foul.
Mooney. And that's going to be on the line.
And Mooney has struggled from the foul line this season. So far, not been many attempts. Leadership.
Got him caught. Big makes for Matt Mooney.
Certain guys, when you watch them, hate the feeling of being behind and losing. And then you can see that look on the first half in his face.
Boatwright. No.
And Boatwright's been short on a lot of his jump shots in the last 10 minutes.
Chris Beard shouting instructions for this possession. Wants him to spread out.
Well, time's on their side. Be solid, get into offensive sets. Take it only if it's there, but run clock down.
Moretti, nice shot fake. Step back 3.
Yeah. How about a perfect offensive possession, right?
Absolutely.
Shot clock winding down to the end, and you get a good move by Porter. And you can see again the size and strength of Porter when he's got the ball. Physically tough.
And again, they'll back it up. I would have liked to have been in the locker room and heard what Chris Beard said at halftime, because he certainly inspired his guys. They are 13 of 16 from the field during the second half. Tech absolutely on fire, like you poured gasoline on a flame. 82%.
Remember that the shot tracker that we showed that had all the blue for Tech that had 0 field goals all over the court?
Now it'd be all yellow, right?
Yeah, well, could be red. I mean, almost red. It'd be yellow. But
rebound, so he might get to double digits there. He still could, I guess, get to double digits in points.
they'll trap. Texas Tech, well-coached team, handle the basket enough. You always want to make defenders chase the ball. If you have good foul shooters, get fouled, be strong with it.
USC is going to be called for the foul. Very good. One of the favorites to contend in the Big Ten.
Well, the one thing we noticed about Nebraska, again, C.B. Watson, very solid team. It would be, if Tech wins, it'd be a matchup of the old Big 12 rivals.
Hey. Get a load of this, John. Texas Tech has missed more free throws in the second half than field goal attempts. They've missed 6 free throws, and they've only missed 3. And if you're going to foul, you better do it up the floor and not right around the basket.
Well, I'll have another game tomorrow night, but this is a tough loss for USC. They lost to Vanderbilt out of the SEC, so now you lose to Texas Tech out of the Big 12. Now, I will say this, SEC ranked as one of the top conferences this year, as the Big 12 will be. You schedule games to have great games to play. And you're rewarded for scheduling a tough schedule. You should be more rewarded for winning some of those games.
USC's going to play the series straight tomorrow. Continues to flush away. The Trojans have Nevada, TCU, Oklahoma, all in the next couple of weeks. So they're going to continue to be challenged. And that's going to do it. What a character win for these Texas Tech Red Raiders. Down 13 in the first half, claw their way back with a dynamite.